Yep, it's me. Crying in my apartment in Valencia because I have a plane back to Krakow. That means no more hola, the hot Spanish man and incredibly beautiful woman anytime soon. No more visiting our museum, eating Spanish food or riding a bike in the rain. No more getting lost in the middle of nowhere, drinking Agua de Valencia or discovering out in restaurants. But let's start from the beginning, because maybe you will. And if so, you will probably need my recommendation on how to spend a perfect day in Valencia.
Good morning, my cyber kitties! Today we woke up in Valencia, it's 6 a.m. and my first desire is to leave this city. Well, not exactly leave. What I mean is I want to go to another place, located just 30 minutes away from Valencia. I want to show you the Port Saplaya area, which is located in a municipality of Albarraya. Albarraya is a separate city, but it's very close to Valencia, it's like 30 minutes away. My original plan was to get there by bike, but after seeing the weather outside, I ended up planning my road by metro. However, to be honest, my desire to walk along the beach is so strong that maybe I will choose this option, we will see.
While I read my poems to God on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, I saw how he sent greetings through the sun that appeared spontaneously. Yes, I just can't stop romanticizing Spain, but how could I when there is literally a rainbow here? Back in the 19th century, Valencia coastline, including what is now Levant Beach, was home to fishermen and their families. Small huts stood along the shore, and every morning locals went out to sea to catch fish and sell it in the central market. Today, this area is a perfect place for tourists, filled with restaurants and hotels. On sunny days, visitors can enjoy the sea, while on rainy ones, locals walk their four-legged companions watching the waves. Near the beach, you will find a bike station. To rent a bike, download the official Valencia app. Choose a short-term subscription, 7 days for about 14 euros and 1 day for about 4. The app will show you the nearest station and how many bikes are available. Pick one and swipe to see which stand it's on. My ride wasn't long because the closest bike station to Port Saplaya was about 15 minutes away. However, due to the weather and my poor athletic skills, it took me around 30 minutes. To be honest, those bikes are quite heavy. If you plan on taking a long trip, I would recommend renting a lighter one or even an electric one. For my short rainy journey, it was perfect, but I won't use it again because I don't plan on waking up tomorrow as a bodybuilder. But for 4 euro and this view,
It's worth it.
to finish your ride, just return your bike to any free stand. Done. Now, to reach Port Saplaya, we need to walk for about 30 minutes. When I was a kid, Barbie Explorer was my favorite game. Now, as an adult, I find myself in the middle of nowhere trying to make sense of my life while discovering new places. At some point, I came across a chapel. Unlike Barbie, I have the privilege of the cyber world, so I asked ChatGPT what the story of this chapel.
The legend says that in the 17th century, a priest was crossing the Carme River carrying the holy gifts, bread and wine for communion. His boat capsized, and the holy gifts fell into the water. After some time, 3 fish emerged, carrying them in their mouths. Seen as a miracle, this event led to the construction of the L'Ermita dels Peixes chapel.
Okay, fish holding wine and bread in their mouths, yeah?
You're religious. Stop it.
Yeah, you're right, sorry. When I see the road sign for Albarraya and the cute small buildings with solar panels and the sea, I knew we were here in Port Saplaya. Port Saplaya was built in the 1970s as a tourist resort, an ambitious project meant to be an elegant alternative to Valencia's beaches. The idea was to create a neighborhood where residents could have private boat slips right outside their homes. Over time, it's become a residential area with a calm atmosphere. It's not as fancy as first planned, but it has a soul I never encountered before. No, it doesn't look like a Venice to me, sorry. if you take a moment to watch a local life, I'm sure you will feel the same as I do. Should I relocate? I was lucky because Bad Bunny released his new album during my trip, so I quickly took a Polaroid photo while humming, then ran to get the bus back to Valencia. At the beginning of my trip, I bought a Suma 10 pass, 10 rides, covering zones ABC+, since it included the airport zone. When boarding the bus, simply scan your pass. After a 40 minutes ride, we are back in a city center, ready to visit the Mercat Central. One of Europe's oldest market, Mercat Central, took 14 years to plan and build. It was a groundbreaking project at the time, featuring a massive structure of glass, metal, and ceramics. Constructed on the side of a medieval market, it was an expensive undertaking for the city, frequently delayed due to funding shortages. Despite the setbacks, it's finally opened in 1928. Today, it welcomes visitors with the aroma of Iberian ham, fresh seafood straight from the Mediterranean Sea, and a variety of cheeses. You can also buy souvenirs from Valencia here. In 1959, a group of Basque tourists visited Café Madrid and asked for something stronger than sangria. The owner, Constanta Gil, created a cocktail using local ingredients: fresh orange juice, cava, gin, vodka, a little sugar to taste. That's how Agua de Valencia was born. El Carmen District, a place where you can wander for hours, admiring incredible graffiti and atmospheric narrow street. Some alleys might feel a bit dangerous, especially near abandoned buildings, but the neighborhood itself is inspiring. The art here raises social issues, evokes nostalgia, and sometimes just makes you smile. This is a perfect moment to remind you how important it is to support artists. Buy a painting or a handmade piece from a local dreamer who decided to survive in this world through art. Here, have a fork as a reward. Centro del Carme Cultura Contemporània. Before we explore contemporary art, a little history. Founded in the 30th century as a monastery for a Carmelite order, this building evolved over the centuries, blending Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque style. In 1835, the monastery closed and was repurposed. At one time it was a school, at another an art academy, and even barracks. In the 1980s, it was restored and transformed into a cultural center. Entry is always free. Modern art may often seem meaningless, but it's never lacking in form, color, texture, self-impression. No, that's not a mosaic. It's paper. No, those aren't threads. It's paint. Contemporary art pushes boundaries, so don't be afraid to step beyond them. I promise, once you do, everything will make sense.
Yes, I'm in a bed because warming enough with something secret in a glass by laying in a bed, it's must have. If you're in Spain, don't forget that even as a tourist, siesta is allowed. I spent a long time deciding where to take you for dinner. And while scrolling through hundreds of Spanish restaurants, I kept thinking that most of them will be probably recommended to you in every YouTube channel anyway.
So I decided to recommend the Voltereta restaurant chain. In Valencia, they have 4 locations: Casa, cozy and charming interior; Bali, exotic decor with authentic dish presentation; Manhattan, a hidden spot behind a bookstore with underground jazz; Kyoto, a choice between a Japanese garden with a river or a futuristic cybermarket with holograms. Check the opening hours and make a reservation in advance. It's my last hours in Valencia. The city of art and science pulls me in just before my flight. Statistically proven, giant buildings attract tourists. Below the video, you will find a perfect guide with a step-by-step route and a plan for one day in Valencia. It's time for me to grind my apartment and head to the airport. Invite me to your city in a comment or just leave a cyber kitty paw print in the form of a like. Stay inspired and keep inspiring. This was Bonnie James with you.